Good morning and welcome back. Today we have Dawn Burns and Jason Beck joining us from the rescue mission of Middle Georgia. Thank you both for being here today.
Thank you for having us.
I'm really glad to have you guys here because today is an important topic, a little more serious, Domestic Violence Awareness Month during the month of October. And so, Dawn, what is Domestic Violence Awareness Month and why is it so important that we're talking about it?
It's important because it affects all communities. Abuse happens everywhere, and we want to bring awareness and ultimately let women know where they can go for help, what they can do, and what you can do to offer services and help in your community. There are two places to go in Middle Georgia, the Rescue Mission, of course, and Crisis Line and Safe House. And so we want women to be able to flee safely. That's the most important. And so there are services available. We want to bring awareness. We have several events throughout the month to bring awareness and let our community know what we can do to help these victims.
That's right, and it is something that impacts everyone. Now, I want to talk about some of those statistics, Jason. Those are some pretty staggering stats you have. What do you want to tell us?
Yeah, so unfortunately, over their lifetime, you know, depending on the stats that you look at, it said that 1 in 5 women and 1 in 7 men will experience intimate partner violence in their lifetime. You know, 90% of the witnesses are children. Also depending on the stats that you look at, domestic violence is ranked anywhere between number 2 to number 10 in the top reasons of homelessness.
Wow. So those numbers are staggering, and I think it's really important when you're talking about, you said 90% of those times it's typically kids that are witnessing this.
Yes.
I think that's a forgotten piece sometimes is those kiddos. And you guys have a lot of services geared towards women and men, but also kids. What resources do you guys have?
So the Rescue Mission is a long-term life recovery program for men, women, and children. And we focus on long-term care, which offers pattern changing for women, Bible study, professional counseling for the women and children. Our goal is to break the cycle of abuse, and that takes time. Once they have graduated the program, we offer transitional housing to help them to kind of regain their independence, find employment, find the things that they need to become independent. So we are long-term.
I think that's the important part,
absolutely.
though. It's not just, hey, this is happening. You guys are there with them every step of the way. And then even after those 12 months, there are still resources and help being given to them.
Absolutely.
Wow.
And that is vital for their success.
It is. Right. You need those extra helps. And so I know one of the events coming up we're going to have is the pinwheels. Why is that so symbolic when we're talking about domestic violence awareness?
So our pinwheels, we've been doing this since 2017, and it's something that means the world to us. We put out pinwheels that represent the death in the state of Georgia. So this year we've put out 1,546 pinwheels. That's how many people have lost their life to domestic violence over the past 10 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
Those are staggering numbers.
Yeah.
And you guys do have events happening all month, right, to talk about domestic violence awareness and raise awareness. So what can folks do? How can they participate? What events do you have?
So the Candlelight Vigil, we are partnering with Crisis Line and Safe House, and we will have a Candlelight Vigil on October the 29th at Washington Park. We invite everyone to come out and support our efforts. There will be a domestic violence survivor that will speak that night, and we will light candles in honor of those that have lost their lives due to domestic violence.
Wow, and there are many more events happening as well. October 19th, Shops of River Crossing. You can see those pinwheels there. Lots happening. We're going to have all of that on our website so you can find out how you can get involved. I think it's important, though, before we wrap up this interview, if you are a victim of domestic violence, initially call 911. There are resources available for you, whether it's the Crisis Line or Rescue Mission in Middle Georgia. Find those resources immediately. You have support here. We'll have all those resources on our website, 41nbc.com. Thank you both for being here.
Thank you.
Thank you for
All right, stay with us. We'll have more news, weather, and sports after the break.